I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's Saturday evening, and your Saturday is about to get better. Of course, with the BD show, we'll celebrate everything that makes Bamenda thick. Anything that makes Bamenda the best. And for those of you who are watching us for the very first time, I don't know where you are, but you must have heard about Bamenda, a city of a beautiful people, creative people, super talented people. And we're so happy to be bringing to you today's edition of the BD show. And our word for today's edition, well, we have always known that this is a city where everyone concentrates quite more on education. But away from education, we also spend some time learning some formal things that can put food on the table. But let me just note here that the other day, when I was in the stadium, I think in Ngiah Ndoh, I met some gentlemen who could basically even speak the French. They could tell me that it's their first language. But I know them as footballers and they earn quite a lot of money. Why am I telling you that little story? Just to remind our parents who are watching us that it's also good, you know, to consider some arts as a means of survival for some people. Not a means of survival, but a way of living. Meaning that with some arts like football, like comedy, like other things, people can make a living and become better people and even elevate their communities, elevate their families and their societies. You're welcome to joining me on the BD show, the show that permits you to discover the city of Bamenda. And on today's edition of our show this Saturday, I'm privileged to have a gentleman of exceptional class. I still want to take you back to the field. We were in the stadium and I realized that Cotton Sport was playing GS Kabylie. And unfortunately, I saw a group of young men arguing about Chelsea. I was wondering the connection between the match Cotton Sport of Garwa, GS Kabylie, and Chelsea. All the same, I am happy to bring you one person who is a super fan of Chelsea Football Club in England. And we're bringing you this show at the time Chelsea are the reigning champions of Europe. He loves his thing. He loves being a fan of Chelsea. He celebrates it. I'm not too sure that there is a color or any brand of a Chelsea jersey that he doesn't have. He has just all of them. But away from that, you need to know that he is a top-class comedian, event host, a radio personality. With his tentacles stretched as far as the state broadcaster, he's trying as much as possible to bring smile on every table each time he has a privilege to host an event as an MC or as a comedian. Dear friends and guests of the BD show, viewers around the world, make welcome my very good friend, Ngiah Ndoh Potato Sarkozi. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Ish!
The privilege is mine.
Man! The boy is thick, man.
Very thick.
Welcome, Ngiah Ndoh.
Thanks to good feeding.
I know you don't joke with matters of food.
Yes.
So you're welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
So how does it feel like with Chelsea being champions?
I can't really express my feelings. It's more than happy. Yes, I can say it's more than happy. I'm so happy because being a Chelsea fan, most Chelsea fans have gone through a lot of insults here and there.
I understand.
Yes. So having the trophy makes us proud, more than proud. Yes, the Blues for life.
So how did you celebrate the victory?
They say anything you do more than your body can carry is like a sin. It's bad. So I took it normal because I believe in Chelsea, like I believe in myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to take you to your social media pages, but I can say that the celebration was hilarious.
Yes.
You had a warm celebration.
You see a lot of play, game, happiness, celebration. I discovered many other Chelsea fans who were in the hiding after winning the trophy. They were Chelsea fans, they were like shying behind. But when the cup came, everybody was like, I'm Chelsea.
You know I'm not a fan of Chelsea.
Yes, but you one day become a fan of Chelsea. Because as from this moment, Chelsea is ahead.
What do you want to win again? Back.
Everything that comes our way, we win.
You win.
Yes.
You will come and help us win Champions League in Africa. Nice to have you. But your love for Chelsea, look, sometimes some people ask questions, but Do you yourself play football?
Very well.
Eh?
Yes, from childhood I was a footballer. I was growing up hoping to be a footballer. I went to even the Brazilian school, they call the foot for about 3 years. I had an injury on my left knee because I was a left-footed player. So from there, my mom was so unhappy seeing me as a footballer, thinking it could come back again. So I had to continue my studies and took it very serious.
And that practically just gave way. But now I think you still play. I still see you.
Yes, I played what we call veteran football.
But you are not old.
I'm not old, but above 35 is like you are a veteran. You have to be reasoned like parents.
However, yes. I'm sure the spirit there is I used to.
Yes.
And so since now you cannot play football, you are doing veteran business.
And physically, people can never believe I play football.
Of course, that's why
they see me in the pitch, they appreciate me so much.
Yes.
Like the last most serious game I played with Cameroon English speaking journalist, Kamasesh, preparing for World Press Freedom Day, I scored 4 goals. It was even 5. They denied 1.
I don't want to tell you that I was playing on the opposite team.
And you were present. So you
needed to see me play football. Don't worry. We'll discuss that one later on.
Okay.
But what this boy did to us that day, at least I could confirm that he played some football. That's it. So if you think that if you were to be born to come back again and come back as a kid, you want to play football?
Yes, I love football so much. I want to still play football.
Because of the love of the game, or because of this thing that is turning around in these days?
Because of the love of the game. Yes. Because of the passion I have for the game, not because of the love of money. Okay. In fact, my lifestyle, I like to do something that people will shout, that hey, or people will clap, or people will gather.
Yeah.
I don't like to do something behind. I like to do something in front.
Yeah.
So football was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ngiah Ndoh, it's such a privilege for us to have you. Let me quickly appreciate Miro Entertainment Bamenda Cameroon for helping us bring this show to you this Saturday, and we're hoping that, of course, you continue to trust Miro Entertainment when it comes to matters of television production or video production if you want. For me, I can only appreciate Labait for giving my tie. You know Labait? Very creative young lady.
It's a designer.
Yes, yes, yes.
He
made my tie for me.
Very beautiful.
You know. So all is well. All is well. Pote.
Yes.
That's how they call you.
Yes.
Where did that name come from?
From my colleagues. Potatoes to pote. You know, when you want to show somebody that you really like that person, from there you can say there.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes my people does that.
Expressing your love to that person. So from potatoes, my friends and colleagues, they used to call me pote to make it sweeter.
Yeah, yeah. This was when you were already into comedy?
Yes.
So how was that move into comedy? You want to tell us something about?
Like?
Your switch to comedy, to become a comedian. How did the journey begin?
I can say my journey of comedy began about 25 years ago.
That's a long time.
Yes, I was a child, primary school. We used to have this break period where those of us who don't have something to go to the dining shed and get stuff to eat, we always gather and do something like insult challenge. Yes, from there I was always winning.
Okay.
Food bemben le Abraham waka stick. This especially from the Bible, things like that, because I grew up in a home that I was brought like child of God.
Maybe a religious home, yeah.
Yes, Catholic background. So everything we're doing was like church things. We're not insulting like those raw insults. So we used to entertain people. People will leave whatever they are doing during break just to come and gather and see us talk to each other, argue with each other, talk things, say things back in our homes. I learned that most of the things that were making people laughing my classmates, my school friends, laughing were things that happened in my home and other people's home, because we had different homes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Poor background, rich background, normal background, all those things, we used them to insult each other, and we were making people laughing. So I had to be constructing stories for that, because there came a time as we were growing, people gather for event, let's say birthday, graduation, little stuff during my primary school time, and I was like giving comments behind when things are going on, and people were really laughing. At times they'll come and take me up to make people laugh.
Yeah.
When I'm up, I don't have that courage to really tell a story. But when I'm behind, I used to throw comments that are more funny when I'm on stage, because I was a little shy. But when I'm on stage, I'll try to make funny movement, like fashion parade, just make kind of things, people will just laugh, say some kind of things, mix it with dancing, because I dance a lot. I used to dance. Not that I'm fat, I can't really, but I can still move some steps that I
know
do.
the kind of songs.
Yes.
I know the kind of songs that you dance these days.
Yes.
So do you regret your choice of being a comedian?
No, I don't regret, even though I'm not that wealthy being a comedian, but I like it so much because it keeps me alive. It makes me forget so many things that I've gone through, because being successful in life, you pass through a lot. I've never seen any successful person that has not gone through tons. Yes.
So as it is right now, do you appreciate the level of... Yes, you want to say something?
Yes, I appreciate the level of my comedy, like what you wanted to ask, and I will never regret being a comedian, even if what comes my way, no matter how wealthy I will be or what kind of business, I would still like to remain a comedian.
Just to remind you that Ngiah Ndoh you see here today is also a radio personality. He is a host of a good number of radio programs, and we would like to discover that. But you also want to know whether Ngiah Ndoh is married, what he eats, where he goes to, how he spends his Sundays. I'm sure you want to know that, right? So please stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. The BD Show, it's about celebrating a people, celebrating everything about the people of Bamenda. Discovering such a city will be an amazing experience, made up of a variety of talents, people with diverse mental setups, talents and abilities. They cut through the works of arts, to education, just to everything you want to know. Welcome to the BD Show. So you're welcome back to the BD Show. You're following us live from Bamenda, Cameroon. It's a beautiful Saturday evening in our city. I don't know what time it is in your own city, wherever you're watching us. I don't also know what is the weather condition, but us here is looking quite good. Yes, Ngiah Ndoh.
Yes. Sometimes I would like you to complete the name Ngiah Ndoh potatoes.
Oh, Ngiah Ndoh potatoes.
Yes, that potatoes in it makes me
want to eat.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but I wanted to make the... Do you have a very close relationship with food?
Yeah. And
you make your food eating a whole lot of some entertainment. What is your relationship with food? But somebody begin to think that you're eating too much.
When I was a child, I was not really eating that much. Especially when I'm sick, I don't have appetite. So as a comedian, I thought it wise to make people gain appetite when I eat with a lot of love for the food, because I was lacking when I was young. Since I could not eat, I don't see people eat to make me eat. So I want to eat to make people eat. That is part of entertainment. And on my social media platform, let's say, especially to my status, most of my contacts like to see me eat. They say I make them have the appetite, the love for food, because most of them, they complain that, I love it chop. I need, when I just see the way the chop, I'm hungry, just start doing me. Yeah. I just like for chop.
Okay.
Yes. So
I can understand. So actually, it's becoming a therapy.
Any problem I had, I have to make it something that will help other people who have the same problem like me. Yes, to be fine. Because I had no opportunity, nobody to look up to for my problems. But all my problems, I want to make it, I want to give a solution to others.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have too much here to offer you, but I'm sure a glass of juice will not be a bad idea.
No problem.
We have not cooked. So I hope a glass of juice will not be a bad idea. Okay. In the meantime, while they're preparing one for us to have, you're married?
When you say you are married, I have kids and I call their mother my wife. But legally, I'm not married.
Are you planning
according to the law?
Are you planning to?
I'm planning that as well because it's going to be something very big. I can't just get married like other people. Yes, because I'm putting on the shoe. I know where it pinches. Yes.
Did you hear this boy? He says he doesn't want to get married like any other. He doesn't want to get married like us because we just got married. You know.
You have limited. Let me say, what I have in my IQ is because I know I have a lot of people.
Yeah.
People even watching me now who want to see my wedding. I have to prepare for them because I should not make it that kind of a 100 people strictly invitation. I'm working for everybody.
Yeah. I
have to try my best to make it at least 500 people.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody must be touched.
Wow. Well, we want to wish you the best. I hope that your passage here will also provide an opportunity for you to raise more money. Yeah. But please, when you're marrying, don't forget us. We'd like to come.
I will not forget you people.
This entire team will want to come for the wedding.
It's okay.
All right. You go to church as well? I learned sometime that you were...
Yes, I go to church.
Yeah. Are you Christian?
I've switched from Muslim? Catholic to Presbyterian.
You've switched?
Yes.
Why the switch? You want to tell us?
Just because of distance to my Catholic church that I was attending. Because I believe all they do is for one God. Yes. Since I was a neighbor to Presbyterian church, I had to be going to Presbyterian church, and I had a friend that was so much in love with church activities. All his time he used to spend it. So I cannot be moving with somebody that is really in something and I claim it's my friend and I'm not behind him in everything. So I had to follow that friend.
Do you want to tell us about the friend?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay. You want to hold
somewhere around our discussion he might come in.
Okay.
Yes.
But for now, no.
But for the church issue, let's leave it for now.
Let's leave it for all right. That's well said. Do you regret that you made the choice, that you changed?
No. I don't.
Okay. So you think that you are a convinced Presbyterian now?
Yes.
And you are committed to church activities?
Because of the nature of my job, I can't really say I'm that committed to church activities because I mostly go to church only on Fridays and Sundays.
Do you do comedy in church?
I've never done comedy in church.
If you have the opportunity, will you?
If I have the opportunity, I will now. I've never loved to do comedy in church because I used to see the house of God like a serious place for the message to the people. But I came to realize that through comedy, you can equally pass good message and people will pay more attention than when the pastor is direct to the point and hitting too hard. So with comedy, you can do something and link the people and take the attention and then tell them something that is related to Christianity.
What is your best moment as a comedian? Do you remember the moment you feel like, yes, if anything were to happen to me now, this is my highest level I have attained?
My best moment as a comedian, I can't really tell. And whenever there is an event that I am to animate in that event, to do comedy, that is my best moment. Because when I see people laughing and being happy, I feel like I am a deputy God.
So you feel like those events I have seen some posters of you and some prominent comedians, you don't feel like they really made you feel different? Because I know when I look at our entertainment industry in Bamenda, I don't really see it projecting comedians like I see elsewhere. Now I see you in posters, in places with other comedians. You feel achieved, fulfilled?
I don't really feel fulfilled, because what I've come to notice is that it's because I did a lot of work before I could come up in a poster or to be called in an event, of which many other comedians and entertainers have been coming from far and neighboring towns and countries. Meanwhile, I've been here for a long time. So when I see the poster, I said, this is even coming late. It should have been since 2019, 95 to 2000, but it started coming late 2010.
But it's better than nothing, right?
Yes, better than nothing.
Now, is Bamenda providing you the opportunity to be better?
For now that there is crisis, the opportunity has really dropped. But Bamenda has been doing well, because I've never loved to go out of Bamenda.
Okay. Our hope is that your passage here will open more doors and will inspire more events. You hope so?
Yes.
All right. I promise you that we're going to offer you something, maybe. Maybe you have that. Okay. I have this as well. I don't know whether you are used to toasting. But
Thank you for choosing me.
choosing you as what? Don't turn everything here to comedy.
Thank you for choosing me to come to your TV show.
Who else would I bring? Of course, here we're celebrating our city stars. We share their lifestyle, share their ups, share their downs, share their high scores, their low scores. And there's no way you want to discuss entertainment, want to discuss other things and arts in the city of Bamenda, you forget comedians and forget Ngiah Ndoh. It's not possible.
Yes,
it's not possible.
Very impossible to forget somebody like me. I can beat my chest that in comedy in Bamenda, if not of anything, I'm number one. I'm the best. I've watched other comedians perform. I realized that most of them are doing most of the things I've done in Bamenda for about the 25 years that I've been doing comedy. And most of them, because you cannot be in comedy without knowing other comedians. I've watched other comedians perform, many of them, but I've never loved to use their stories. But claiming that I've been the best, I'm the best, up to date, is because I've never used anybody's story to make my day in an event or what. I've always tried to say, if I cannot make 30 minutes, let me make 5 minutes, that is my own.
That's original.
Yes. People have been complaining, go and continue, go at this, because they don't know what I want for myself.
Okay.
I don't want that any story that should come out from me should be seen somewhere earlier. I want that if you are getting my story somewhere, it should have been that I did it years ago before you are getting it.
Okay.
Yes, because a lot of young comedians, they think that you copy from other countries and do it. You might copy, but if you see something in Uganda, they have their own culture. They do their comedy. You can bring it here and make it our own.
Yeah.
The same story, but different culture, different style, different words.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't just come and be using the tongue of a Ugandan man on stage because you want to do exactly like him to make it funny. Yeah. We have our own way. We know words that make people here understand better what you are saying.
Okay. How do your people find you on radio? You're good? How do they celebrate you? Do they welcome you on radio? Because I listen to you on radio and I think it is amazing.
Yes, when I'm on radio, I can't really tell how the listeners are taking it. But at times, there are things that I say and I'm sure that is good for the listeners. And there are things that I say, I know that this one, it was not good for the listener, but it already came out.
You do many things on radio. Let me quickly cut you. I have heard you on radio. You're doing business, publicity.
Yes.
I've heard I've heard you doing news, and all of that. And you try to add some little comedy into it. Most importantly, you do all of that in Pidgin English. Why the choice of language?
I believe before going to school, everybody spoke Pidgin in the house.
Okay.
Yes, before going to school. And not everybody went to school. And not everybody went to school that far. So, doing your publicity in English, you have limited some people to information.
Okay.
To where to get what they want. So I thought it wise that in Pidgin, even somebody that has gone to school understands Pidgin. Those that have not gone to school, they still get the Pidgin more better. Yes, if there was a possibility that I could speak all the languages in the Northwest region, I would have been a happy man. I've tried to do that, but very few I can manage.
Yeah.
Yes, and I cannot really speak it well. So with Pidgin, I believe I have the confidence many people are getting me. And if you move around town, especially when I'm doing my program, let's say 2016, 17, and behind, 14, 13, 12, right down to 2003 when I started on the radio. When it's time for my program, I used to do at times recorded program, and as I'm moving in town, I get almost all the radio leaving English national news just to listen to my Pidgin program called Comedy Show. Yes, so I believe that my Pidgin and my radio programs, they are really entertaining.
Okay.
People love entertainment. You know, in Africa, especially Cameroon, Bamenda to be precise, we have a lot of stress. So people don't want things that will add them more stress or things that they will be thinking before understanding.
Yeah.
They just want to go direct to the point. That's what I've noticed.
Okay. Now we have basic principle things we should like to find out from you as a super skilled comedian that you've become. What do you think about persons with disabilities? Do you think that persons living with disabilities are people, they have abilities? What do you think about them generally?
Those are the most people I see with a lot of talent in them. But because they are disabled, they keep it in them. They feel that if I go and be doing this thing, they'll see that I don't have one leg. People will not like it. They have that thing in them. I want to let them know that they are the most people with talent, because being a disabled, I believe that your reasoning faculty doubles more than somebody that is able. Because somebody like me, if I was not having leg, I would spend all my time writing. Now that I have leg, I have to go and play football, I have to go and dance, maybe I have to go and walk right up to town, come back, I'm tired, I can't even think fast. But somebody with disability, the IQ is very fast in reasoning, can create many things, but they put themselves down thinking that they are nobody. No, I want to encourage them that they should be, they are the most people with talent. If somebody that is disabled does something, you cannot compare it with somebody that is able. For example, I saw one disabled making cane chairs around Fish Point, Bamenda. They are solid and good. He takes his time and weave it as strong as what? As beautiful. He has all the time. He has nowhere to be going. He has nothing to be doing in town or whatever. All his materials come and meet him there. Takes his time and does it. Then I had one friend, I can't really remember his name. Oh, he's blind. When he speaks, even a minister's vocabulary or English cannot compare that of him. Yes. When he is thinking, they are always head up like this because they are not seeing. I don't know why. If you are not seeing, you don't think that your head could be straight like this. When they are up like that, I don't know that they are thinking something very great. Words that come out from their mouth are very mature words. Okay. But people tend to look them down. You cannot put them somewhere with all those talent they have. They are just behind. I just want us to be working with this disabled. It will help us so much. Okay. Yes, apart from disabled, the elderly people, they are the most inspired people in the world. Okay. Disabled and elderly people.
And elderly.
Yes. Okay. Those who go closer to disabled, they get a lot of wisdom. Elderly people, they get a lot of wisdom. I spend most of my time with elderly people.
All right. One more thing. Will you encourage the education of girl child?
Very much. I will encourage the education.
You have a girl?
I have 2 girls.
2. Okay.
Yes. The education of a girl child is very important. Very, very, very important. Because when I'm animating wedding, I equally read books because you cannot know everything. Yes, from books there was one book that I read and there was a passage there. What you give to a woman, that woman gives you that thing double. Okay. If you don't educate your girl child, you are spoiling the society. If you educate your girl child right up to the highest standard, know that you have a very beautiful community, a very beautiful surrounding. When your girl child is not educated, everybody, because a woman cannot pass here without men looking at the woman. If that woman is not educated, all the men, they are following mumu, what we call unajo look. That's when you are even associating with the girl child, you cannot get any help, no benefit. Because there's no man on earth that will tell me that you better look and you don't do anything when a woman passes. And when an educated woman passes, you must learn something from the way she dresses, from the way she's walking, from the way she speaks to you. You have something to be proud of.
Well, Ngiah Ndoh has told us quite a handful of things. He's a fan of Chelsea, convinced fan. He's a player of football. He plays football. He's not married, but he has children. He wants to marry he want to do a very big wedding, you know. That's why he's not married yet. Ngiah Ndoh is also convinced that children and girls have a right to education. He is very convinced that persons with disabilities have special abilities in them that if Hannes can do something. He is also very sure that his city might have not been very good when it comes to matters of promoting comedy, but he's happy with what he's doing till now. And then he thinks that the crisis too has contributed. Ngiah Ndoh tells us that he is a very convinced Christian. He used to be Presbyterian, but for other reasons, amongst them the fact closeness to his place of prayer, he decided to be Catholic. He used to be Catholic, and because of closeness to his place of prayer, he decided to be Presbyterian. Yes. And that was with the influence of his friends. Ngiah Ndoh tells us very much that he likes food, and he eats, sometimes for comedy and to inspire many other people to eat. He's told us many things already. Did I say something that I did not say?
No, you said everything.
So far?
Yes.
Okay.
I have this story, one of my first comedy story, when I was invited in my first event. That was in Alliance Française, because my radio station, Abakwa FM, was close to Alliance Française. So the director became in contact with me and tried me on one event to do comedy, stand-up comedy it was a youth something. Schools came together, PCHS, GBHS. It was during the youth week. So my first comedy, I can never forget this comedy, even though I don't see it that funny, but when I started it was so funny. I would like to do it before I leave this TV program. Since they were youth, I could not say anything that was out of the youth.
All right. You're going to do that, yes, before we finish.
Okay.
Oh, you thought you wanted to do it right away?
I wanted to do it so that when we finish, I'm going directly to my job site.
So he's been an amazing guest for us to have. He's a very celebrated comedian in my city here in Bamenda. Discovering my city stars, sharing their lifestyle is the mission of the show, and we hope that you had fun having Ngiah Ndoh with you. He's top-notch when it comes to matters of event hosting. Really, he's a radio personality of exceptional class. He's a comedian of no common compare. I've told you just too much about him. He said already too much about him. Have you had the COVID vaccine?
Not yet.
But you want to have?
Yeah, I want to have.
Okay. So this is one more thing Ngiah Ndoh would like to have, is COVID vaccine. Which form of treatment do you prefer? Modern medicine or alternative medicine, traditional medicine, herbal? Which one?
No, I prefer modern medicine.
Okay. Yeah. I will not ask you why. It's your choice. Yeah. So if you accept the vaccine, surely you prefer modern medicine, you know. But for many people, you know, they have their own opinions about what kind of medical options they want to take.
I'll prefer modern medicine.
Or there are other cases you prefer traditional medicine?
Yes, very much.
So he's opting for the two. So sometimes you will prefer alternative medicine or traditional medicine, and sometimes you will prefer modern medicine. Ngiah Ndoh, I want to thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
For coming to our show. What we'll do is that we'll not allow you go like that. Sorry, we didn't have too much to give you today. But we're very convinced that we have something little that you can remember us for. Maybe you choose where we can stick this for you to remember the fact that you came to our show.
Maybe on my phone, just seeing yours.
Okay.
I would like it to be behind my phone.
Oh, thank you very much. We're happy that you came, but we're going to be blocking a beautiful watch there, man.
No, it's not.
It's such a privilege that we're going to have our show stick to your phone. Please do help us have it for as many places as you can, for as long as you can on your phone, because together we're trying to see how well we can make a city a better place. The stickers are so well done that sometimes you find it difficult. Let me try to see if I can change this one. It's done with a pious hope that it sticks longer and stays better, so you can continue to share. In fact, we are very proud to be present on your phone. Thank you very much. It's our little token for the fact that you came.
Okay.
And it shows that you were here. You were here. And thank you very much for coming.
I was on the BD show.
Discovering
my city.
My city.
Thank you very much.
We're happy you came. And we hope to have you again next time when we come calling. I
would love to come as many times as possible.
So I'm going to leave you now with... Yes.
If not for anything, just for comedy.
All right.
Yes. Each time you have a guest, I can just switch in for even 2 minutes.
All right.
No problem.
We'll see how that is fixed. Thank you very much. And of course, for anything, Ngiah Ndoh will be here for us. Thank you very much. I'm going to be leaving it here now. But don't forget that he promised us a comedy at the end of the show. I'm going to leave you to have that piece of comedy with him. Why I say goodbye to all of you. And please, you can write to us via our email address, thebdshow@gmail.com, and you can contact us via the telephone numbers you have. The show is brought to you by Mero Entertainment in Bamenda, Cameroon, and we're having a couple of other partners. I told you that my bow tie was made for me by Labait, and I love it really, really much. I hope that, you know, we'll have many of such partners as we look forward to building this special community around the BD show. Goodbye. We love you all.
As young person, as you grow for life, you go your school, concentrate for your school, read your books fine. No go make the mistake where I make them for my life. Till today, I know if you correct them. I want married, I don't born picking for outside. I go married girl, we each don't born picking for outside. As we married, Bible say knock, and it shall be open. And knock, it open, I go multiply the wall. We born another picking for inside house. That one now we two are picking. My own will bring up outside and only bring them. We make 3 picking. I come out, say I go walk. I dey for radio, I don't give headline. This is the news read by Ngiah Ndoh, Potato, Sarkozi, Ntuih. First, the main point. As I want start headline for news, my phone ring. I want look am. Now my woman, he call me. And when my woman start call, you know, pick, he go only the call. Only the call. I say, I pick the phone, make they give jingle for news, make I answer the call. As I pick my phone, when I know woman, they know how they talk, especially woman when you not sending for school. He always for talk a bit different. Hey, honey, where are you? Where are you, please? It's very batting in the house. I say, hello, what is batting in the house? He said, please come quickly, it's very batting. I say, I'm about to read the news. Just tell me what is happening in the house. Let me just finish the news and come. He said, honey, leave whatever you're doing. Come, it's very bad in the house. I said, if you don't tell me on the phone, I'll drop the call because I want to read the news. He said, okay, honey, hold on. My child and your child is beating our child. That means that two picking the whole born of outside, they don't want to leave chop chair me rest. They want to kill them because they two come outside, they don't give them nothing. So my friend them, when they go school, now be careful. Learn your book. Stay abstinent. A lot of sick day outside and unwanted pregnancy where if you can destroy your future. May man no can enter roadway, you know, if you work a day. Thank you.